Hello, and welcome to Mexico News Network's Daily Report. I'm your host, Mara Thompson. Today we have new information for you, but first, don't forget to visit us at mexiconewsnetwork.com, as well as follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Google+, so you can always stay on top of all the relevant information on the positive side of Mexico and the world. Let's start with today's show. Mexico has become the 14th aerospace power in the world, thanks to various federal, state, and municipal public policies. 11 years after the aerospace career started in the country, more than 330 companies related to the industry exist. And at the end of last year, about $6,600 million were invested in exports. The country is a major player in the industry, which has been one of the most dynamic sectors of the economy in the last 3 years, with a growth of 16%, comprising of companies established in 20 of the 32 states of the Mexican Republic and generating 45,000 jobs. Moreover, the Secretariat of Communications and Transportation announced that Mexico is the fourth largest investment destination for aerospace manufacturing and the sixth for the U.S. market. All this due to its experience in advanced manufacturing, information technology, and telecommunications. The manufacture of aircraft parts in Mexico has the potential to replicate the success of the automotive industry. According to the Mexican Federation of Aerospace Industry, exports have grown 20.6% annually over the past 5 years, and it is estimated that in 2015, its value reached $7,300 billion against the $6,400 million reached in 2014. In the next 5 years, it is expected to grow even further, as the Ministry of Economy foresees that exports from the aerospace industry will reach $12,260 million by 2020. The average annual growth of this industry has been 14.5%. In 2005, there were 60 aerospace-related companies in the country. Today, there are more than 330. It is easy to conclude that this is a very promising area globally, especially if we take into account that currently there are 20,000 aircrafts in the world, and it is expected that by 2035, the active fleet will be 40,000 or more. An example of this is the Boeing company, which will invest nearly $2 trillion in maintenance services, an area where Mexico begins to stand out. Mexico has demonstrated significant growth within the aerospace industry, and it is expected to reach important figures in the next few years within the sector. Roku is a company that specializes in creating streaming players, and they announced the launch of 4 new devices. These new products will be available starting October 26th, and with them, they seek to offer their customers the best streaming experience at an affordable price. The first device is the Roku Express, aimed at the mass market. It's the most economical product that the company will provide, with a price of 849 pesos for the Mexican market. It will include a remote control to use the system, and it can be also manipulated through an app that is available for iOS and Android, with which you can stream music, photos, and videos on the television. Roku offers 2,500 channels. They also introduced the Roku Express Plus, which will cost 999 pesos and will include standard definition connection. Both products are intended for 2 different types of customers. One is for someone who is new to the streaming, and the second is for someone who has more than one TV at home and seeks to add new experiences to their entertainment. Roku Premiere and Roku Premiere Plus, which offer the best technology the company has, supporting quality streaming 1080p and 4K at 60 frames per second with a quad-core processor, will also be launched. The first will cost 899 pesos, and the Premiere Plus, which has 4K HDR, will cost 2,499 pesos. The latter will also feature an internet port to wireless connection, a remote control that also has a port for connecting headphones, and an entry for Ethernet cable and microSD. All products will be launched simultaneously in the United States, Canada, and Mexico in mid-October, while the pre-sale will begin on October 1st. Finally, it was announced that the smartphone app will have a new tool called Private Listening, which allows the user to hear the content being viewed on television through the app on their smartphones. The Mexico 1900-1950 exhibit, which houses works of renowned artists such as Diego Rivera, Frida Kahlo, Rufino Tamayo, and José Clemente Orozco, will be hosted by the Museum of the Grand Palais in Paris, France, from the 5th of October to January 23, 2017. The exhibit was unveiled during a press conference organized by the Mexican Secretariat of Culture, and it was presented by the French ambassador Maryse Bossière, along with the Secretary of Culture Rafael Tovari de Teresa and the art curator Agustín Arteaga. The exhibition, which was desired by the highest French and Mexican authorities, is the largest event dedicated to Mexican art since 1953. The French diplomat assured she was rejoiced they were finally able to realize an event of these dimensions and pointed out how much hunger the French public has for Mexican art and culture. She also stated that the exhibits devoted to pre-Hispanic Mexico at the Ethnologic Museum of Quebranly, specifically that of the Teotihuacan in 2009 and the one of the Great Maya in 2014, have been the two most visited galleries of the museum since its opening 10 years ago. Offering a panorama of these famous artists, the exhibition tour is a testament to the vibrant artistic creativity of our country throughout the 20th century. Even though the hype revolves mainly around the names Frida and Diego, Maryse Bossière also mentioned that the audience will be able to discover other great but lesser-known artists of the likes of Orozco and Siqueiros, who had both of them very important roles in the development and uniqueness of the Mexican art in the 1920s. The ambassador celebrated the association of the Franco-Mexican Strategic Council, the presidents of the French and Mexican Republics, the Mexican National Institute of Bellas Artes, the Secretariat of Culture, and the French Reunion of National Museums, to which the Grand Palais belongs. The exhibit, which is composed of 200 pieces such as paintings, sculptures, photography, and more, will inaugurate on October 4th by Rafael Tovari de Teresa and Audrey Azoulay, French Minister of Culture. This was all for today. My name is Mara Thompson, and this is Daily Report by Mexico News Network. Remember to follow us on our social networks and to log on to mexiconewsnetwork.com for more positive information on Mexico and the world. Thanks for stopping by.